In Greek mythology, the gates of Hades were guarded by Cerberus, a three-headed hound with razor-sharp teeth and a serpent's tail. His purpose was total access control, ensuring no living soul slipped into the realm of the dead, and no trapped soul ever escaped. Centuries later, computer scientists faced a similar crisis in the chaotic landscape of the early unencrypted internet. To see why an open network is so vulnerable, imagine an ancient marketplace. If Alice wants to send a private message to Bob across the courtyard, she has to shout it over the crowd. Anyone standing in the middle can overhear it, alter the message, or even pretend to be Alice. On a digital network, that eavesdropper is a sniffer, a malicious actor who watches raw passwords as they travel across the physical wires. Because transmitting a clear text password is fundamentally insecure, the internet needed a guardian that could verify a user's identity without ever putting their secret on the wire. This vulnerability led to the replay attack, a method used to hijack secure sessions. In this scenario, a hacker doesn't need to crack your password. They simply record a copy of your login transmission as it moves toward the server. This diagram shows how the exploit works. Once the hacker has that packet, they can wait and send it back to the server at a later time. The server recognizes the data as a valid login and grants the hacker full access. Defeating this required more than a simple firewall. It required a multi-layered authentication protocol inspired by the ancient world. To stop a replay attack, engineers had to design a system that proves a user is who they say they are without ever exposing their original secret. This system was named Kerberos. Its security relies on three distinct heads working in unison. First is a client, the user or device requesting access to the network. Second is the server, the locked vault containing the specific data the client wants to use. The final head is the Key Distribution Center, or KDC. This is the trusted third party that holds the cryptographic keys for every user and server in the system. The KDC manages access like a high-security park. You don't pay for every ride individually. You visit a central ticket booth first. To keep things organized, the KDC is split into two internal departments. There is the authentication server, which handles the initial check-in, and the ticket granting server, which issues the specific passes for individual servers. This tripartite structure allows the network to function using time-locked cryptographic tickets instead of vulnerable passwords. The protocol begins with the client requesting a golden passport from the authentication server. The packet is marked with a lock symbol because the user's password never actually leaves their machine. The authentication server creates a ticket-granting ticket and locks it with a key only the KDC knows. It then wraps that ticket in an outer box and applies a blue external lock using the user's password hash before sending it back. If the student types the correct password locally, their computer can peel away that outer layer. If they are an imposter, the package remains an unreadable block of digital stone. The authenticated client then forwards this locked ticket to the ticket-granting server to request access to a specific file server. The TGS verifies the ticket is legitimate and issues a final service ticket. The client presents this to the file server, which recognizes the KDC's digital stamp of approval and opens the gates. This entire sequence of encrypted handshakes provides a verification process that resolves in a fraction of a second. Even with these layers, a question remains. What if a hacker snatches final service ticket right out of the air? In a basic system, that would lead right back to a replay attack, allowing the hacker to reuse the ticket to get inside. This is where the serpent's tail of Kerberos strikes. Every ticket is embedded with a highly precise authenticator timestamp, which is synchronized to the server's internal clock. These tickets have a strictly limited lifespan. To be accepted, the timestamp on the ticket must match the server's clock within a narrow 5-minute window. When a hacker tries to replay a stolen ticket the following day, the time window has already expired. The ticket is useless and the server rejects the connection. By weaving together the structural blueprint of an ancient myth with the precise timing of modern cryptography, Kerberos remains one of the most resilient authentication systems in existence.